Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to be continuing our Vincent van Gogh Starry Night Sky project. So first I want you to take just some oil pastels and make just a few more dotty, dashy lines around your stars. So make sure this isn't a solid line. It should be split up like a dotty, dashy line. So you're going to go all the way around some of your stars with the yellow or with the yellow-orange that you have in your oil pastel cups. So I'm going around and around all of my stars with the yellow-orange and the yellow. Then, after you're done going around your stars just a few more times, making them brighter and brighter, what you're going to do next is, if you would like to, you can add a moon to your sky. So when I add a moon, maybe I want it to be a light yellow color, I can make a letter C and then a smaller letter C inside. That makes kind of a moon or a crescent moon shape. Then you're going to take any one of your blues, and I want you to draw a solid line on the top of your swirls so we can see them even a little bit better. So once you go over your swirls, maybe take another color blue and go over them again. So I'm making sure that people know where my swirly windy lines are. After our blue swirly lines, we are going to go in with green. So if your hills are not filled in yet all the way, you see some black spaces, I want you to make sure that you fill in your hills really well so they're both light and dark green and that there's no black space or almost none behind the hills that you see. Then we're going to take our pumpkin. Now, if you didn't finish your crayon lines on your pumpkin before, you can just go ahead and finish those up today before we continue on our art project. So if you have some finishing touches to make on your pumpkin, please do that first thing. Then what comes next is that we are going to cut our pumpkin out. So I am going to use my scissors very carefully and cut around the black Sharpie line of my pumpkin as best and as neatly as I can. Then I am going to take a glue bottle. I don't want to use a glue stick because it might not stick quite as well as a glue bottle will. So I'm first going to untwist my glue bottle cap, and then if there is anything at the top, I'm going to make sure that I pick that booger off of the top of my glue so that the glue comes out really nice. Then I am going to glue around the edges of my pumpkin, starting at the stem, dot, dot, not a lot, dot, dot, not a lot. I do not need any glue in the middle of my pumpkin. I only need it on the very edge, making ladybug-sized dots all around the edges. You can see when I zoom into my pumpkin that my dots are all apart from each other and they're about the size of a ladybug. Then we are going to figure out where we want our pumpkin to go in our picture. So it's really up to you where on those hills you want your pumpkin to sit. It could be in the middle, it could be to the side. So figure out maybe where you want it to go. I know I don't want mine to cover up my moon, and I still want to see some of my swirls. So I decided to put mine a little bit towards the edge of my page. You can put your pumpkin somewhere different if you want, but it should touch your hills. Then I'm going to give it a nice back rub. I'm flipping my paper over and using my flat high five hands to give my paper a back rub. That is going to help my pumpkin stick really well to my black paper. Remember that when you're giving your picture a back rub, you should count to at least 10 slow seconds. If you still have some parts of your pumpkin peeling up off of the paper, just make sure you add a few more dots of glue onto your pumpkin so it sticks really well on that paper.